evening and welcome to high school basketball on Herald Standard Television Sports. Tonight, it's the Crosstown Classic as the Laurel Highlands Mustangs take on the Uniontown Red Raiders in WPIAL AAA action. I'm Chuck Durso along with Don Havens, and we are glad to have you with us for this section finale. First place on the line for the Uniontown Red Raiders. Laurel Highlands, they're firmly ensconced in third place in the section. But none of that matters. It's Uniontown, Laurel Highlands. It's bragging rights for the next 12 months. This, Don Havens, is a big game.
This is the one we always wait for, up at LH and then down here at Uniontown. These two teams play twice a year, every year, and it's always the same full house, big crowd. It's always the best crowds we have when we come to Uniontown. Really looking forward to it. The Crosstown deal. Records don't mean as much. Both these teams are going to be in the playoffs here in a couple of weeks, but bragging rights are at stake, and we'll get to see some of that tonight.
The Uniontown Red Raiders may have surprised some folks this year who didn't think they were capable of winning a section title, but a win tonight, and they clinch a tie for first place in the section. Quite an accomplishment for the Red Raiders. Typical Uniontown team. A lot of speed, a lot of pressure defense.
Yeah, they love the pressure defense. Move the basketball up and down the court. They get easy shots if you're not real sound on defense. As for LH, Caleb Ramsey's a guy that's going to be important for them. He's a guy that's got to stay out of foul trouble so he can stay in the basketball game because he's a force in the paint. So we're going to see some up and down action all night. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it.
Laurel Highlands certainly has had a strong year as well, and as Caleb Ramsey goes, they'll go. However, for LH, they have several players who are under the weather. 4 players are not even dressing tonight because they're sick. Caleb Ramsey has been battling a bug this week as well. So we'll see how that plays, especially as we move on into the second half of this game. Should be a lot of fun. When these two teams met earlier this year at Laurel Highlands in a game you saw here on Herald Standard Television, Uniontown romped to a surprisingly easy victory. The Mustangs want revenge tonight. They want to even the season series at a game apiece. We'll find out if it happens. It's Uniontown, Laurel Highlands. Don Havens speaks with the coaches, and then we jump it up right after this on Herald Standard Television Sports.
All right, welcome courtside. I'm here with head coach Rob Kismarski of the Uniontown Red Raiders. And, Coach, to this point, pretty darn good year, 17-3.
Yes, I'm very proud of our kids. To be 17-3 with 6 out of your first 7 player juniors, the credit they deserve all the credit in the world. They work so hard in the off season, and hopefully we can end it on a positive note before the playoffs. But I couldn't be prouder of a bunch of juniors and seniors who our role players have stepped up this year also.
Well, you're coming against LH, it's a team you handled the first time. It is that Crosstown deal. This time you got it at home. Can you repeat that?
Well, we hope to. Laurel Highlands is a very good basketball team. They have their 2 losses against Greensburg-Salem, were a 3-point game, and Fidela didn't play the first game. So they're as good as, I'd say, us, Greensburg, and Laurel Highlands are right up in there. So we just have to play our game and hope good things. They have one of the best basketball players in the entire WPL in Caleb, so it's a tough challenge for us, even though we beat them up there. So our kids just I want our kids to come out and relax and play.
Now you got 2 games remaining, this section game and 1 left to get ready for the playoffs. What can we expect from your team in the playoffs? What do you think?
Well, the one thing, too, we just want to get on there and play our best games that we can. And I think it's nice. Maybe a lot of teams at the beginning of the season didn't even expect us to be one of the better teams in our section. So we're going to concentrate on Laurel Highlands tonight. Saturday morning, we're going to work and see, and we'll find out Tuesday who we're playing. So already I've been so proud of our kids this year.
Coach, thank you, and good night. Luck tonight against Laurel Highlands. Thanks.
And welcome back, Chuck Durso and Don Havens with you for high school boys basketball presented by Davis & Davis. It's the 12-8 Laurel Highlands Mustangs taking on the 17-3 Uniontown Red Raiders. We are just minutes away from the opening tap. The alma mater being played right now. You can hear that in the background. You see the Uniontown players singing their alma mater. Laurel Highlands doing theirs at the same time. I love it. It's dueling alma maters. Let's take a look at the standings in Section 3 AAA. And as we take a look at those, you will see that the Uniontown Red Raiders are tied for first place. A win tonight against Laurel Highlands in the season finale, the section finale, will clinch a tie. Greensburg-Salem is playing Derry tonight. We would expect Greensburg-Salem to win that game, so a Uniontown win most likely will make them conference co-champions. Laurel Highlands is going to finish in third place no matter what happens in tonight's game, but they would love to knock Uniontown out of first place and cost their arch rivals a section titles. That's what Laurel Highlands is playing for tonight. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. Brought to you by Dolphy Funeral Home, as always. For the road, Laurel Highlands Mustangs, they have number 10, Nicholas Arminio. Also in the starting lineup, number 32, Ronald Fadala. Number 33, John Shaw. Number 22, Isaiah Dawson. And number 3, Caleb Ramsey. He is the big man in the middle for the LH Mustangs. Rick Hogger is the head coach, and Laurel Highlands will be wearing their road blue uniforms in the red and white numerals and trim. Taking a look at the Uniontown Red Raiders starting lineup. They are led by point guard number 10, James Pratt, joined by number 5, Brian Grady, number 13, Sean Ciccone, number 24, Avery Crenshaw, and the center in the middle is number 54, Billy Hall, who had a huge game in that opening matchup between these two teams earlier this year. Rob Kazmarski is the head coach for the Uniontown Red Raiders. They will be wearing their home white uniforms with the maroon numerals and trim. And Uniontown will be moving left to right across your television screen to start this one off. The pageantry and the flavor, Don Havens, of high school basketball, doing it up LH Uniontown style.
Look forward to this every year. Can't wait to come here for this one. Always a good one. Uniontown took care of LH in the first one pretty good, so they're going to get another shot tonight, and I expect we're going to see a good basketball game. And as we mentioned in the open, Caleb Ramsey's a big key, as you mentioned. As Caleb goes, they go. So we'll see how they do. Caleb's big in the paint. We're going to see a lot of action, high scoring, high flying. Should be a lot of fun. And shirts are flying into the stands.
Awesome stuff into the crowd. They're going nuts. So, I'll tell you what, Raider Nation, they know how to make some noise right down below us, just out of your view, but right below you. And they will make a lot of noise. The Mustang Maniacs up in the balcony, they're going to try to get their cheer on as well. You got not a standing room only crowd. This isn't the packed house that we've seen in the past for Uniontown LH. They could still fit some more in here. The balcony not entirely full, and of course we're missing some bleachers right up here by us because of an accident that they had with the bleachers earlier this year. So this is nowhere near a record attendance for this game, but still the excitement is there, the flavor is there, and it's been kicked up a notch from a couple years back when these two teams weren't in the same section, that's for sure. Billy Hall and Isaiah Dawson are going to jump center. Hall controls it. Ciccone got it to Pratt. Uniontown gets the first possession for tonight.
Laurel Highlands starting out in a zone, 2-3.
Raiders swinging around. If they shoot well from the outside, that makes them that much more dangerous. They're an inconsistent outside shooting team. When they hit from the outside, they are double tough. But on the other hand, you want to make them show they can make the shots, and certainly that's why Coach Hogger has started out in this zone, and Uniontown showing nice patience here as they move the ball around. Now Pratt will let it fly. See the three, be the three.
Nice job by Uniontown. That's what that 2-3 zone does, but if you're able to knock down the shots, they'll have to come out of it eventually. Good start for Uniontown. Nice shot by Pratt.
Dawson needs some help here as Uniontown puts some full court pressure on, and there we see the defense. They'll meet you at the timeline. A contrast in styles between that zone defense of LH and Uniontown. They'll go man-to-man, probably whistle to whistle. Now Ramsey tries to just go right in on Billy Hall and does. And
I'm sorry, Chuck. Ramsey's so strong. That's what he can do down on the blocks, just one-on-one. That's an easy layup for him.
The question, can anybody handle him? And Billy Hall did a great job in the first matchup of really going right at Caleb Ramsey aggressively. He was the difference in that game. Trying to force a pass inside and get away. They get away with it, I think. No, they'll say it was off of Uniontown. And the first boos for the officials from Raider Nation. Our referees for tonight's contest, Bruce Kelly, Jim Meyer, and Joe Units. The men in stripes, the men in charge. LH, a chance to take their first lead of the night, and it's Ramsey again. This time Hall, solid defense. Ramsey misses on the shot, and the Raiders looking to run. And we'll get a foul on the floor. Fudalo will be called for the first foul of the evening as Pratt went to the floor. Uniontown will inbounds. Uniontown will look to push the ball up court at every opportunity. Crenshaw in the corner. Now they'll get it up top. Ciccone will set up the offense. Pratt in the corner. This time he fakes the three, dishes it off nicely, but Ciccone can't get the shot to go. Ramsey battling for the rebound. Crowd wants a travel. We're going to get a timeout call. The crowd thought that Ramsey went down to the floor and was guilty of the traveling. Instead, they didn't call the travel, and then Coach Hogger immediately called a timeout. So we have a 30-second timeout. Let's take a quick break. 5:57 left here in the opening period. 3-2 Uniontown. Back after this on Herald Standard Television Sports. Welcome back. We're just underway. Only about 2 minutes elapsed in this one. Uniontown with a 3-2 lead. Pratt with a three-pointer. Ramsey answering with a two. And now Laurel Highlands coming out of this timeout will inbounds. Uniontown puts the full court pressure on.
Only 2 minutes in, but we got a pretty decent idea how this one's going to go. Laurel Highlands more of a half-court team. Uniontown loves to press and run the basketball.
And they almost had a steal there, but the ball bounced right to Isaiah Dawson. Up and in, and the Mustangs have their first lead of the evening. Uniontown swinging it around. That pass deflected, still gets to Grady. Now into Ciccone. A lot of contact, nothing called. Right back to Sean. Can't get the shot to go. His follow is short, and the rebound by Shull. He lost control, and now LH looking to run. Pull up, put up. Shot does not go by Fudalo. Dawson kept it alive for a moment, but stepped on the baseline. And LH will look to run when the opportunity presents itself. They certainly showed that in the opening matchup between these teams. When they played earlier this year at LH, the Mustangs controlled the first quarter, led almost the entire quarter. Uniontown took their first lead of the game right at the end of the first quarter with a buzzer beater, and then took over in the second quarter and ended up winning big.
Yeah, they like to push the basketball too. Like you said, they will if they get that opportunity. And right now they're playing real solid defense.
Crenshaw penetrates. Shot doesn't go, but a foul will be called. Crenshaw will shoot a pair, and Coach Hogger does not like that call at all as he is up and given a what for to the officials. You know, Coach Hogger can get a little bit animated at times, and now he's saying, well, hey, listen, I'm just saying now. I'm just trying to explain to you, but this is the way I saw it, and I just have a slight disagreement with you, if you don't mind me saying.
I think you said it word for word, if you read his lip.
Crenshaw up and in with that one.
That was a nice job by Uniontown to beat that 2-3 zone there. Just found that little opening at the foul line and was able to draw the foul on the drive.
Second one bangs off the back rim. The rebound pulled down by Ermenio. So we're tied at 4. 4:44 on a turning clock here in period number 1. Now Dawson tried to get around Ciccone, cut off nicely. Now Ermenio. He drops it off for Fudalo. The three no good. Caleb Ramsey strong with the putback. 4 points for Caleb. Mustangs back up by 2.
Caleb really makes a difference. Real strong. Nice weak side rebound. Got position. Kissed it off the glass for 2.
Now Uniontown will swing it around. Skip pass over to Grady. And we'll get a foul called on the floor. Shull will be called. And that is the third team foul on the Mustangs. Shull's first. Uniontown will inbound midway through the first period. 4:03 left. Uniontown looking to tie. They could take the lead with the 3 ball. High pass, Ciccone. Went up and got it. And Crenshaw will be called for the travel. And Ramsey sent him to the floor. And some Raider fans up and screaming about that. They thought that was just a little too much. But again, Ramsey just playing defense. It came right as the whistle blew.
The Mustangs have found a little position in that zone. Uniontown has found position in that zone. That little crack right around the foul line, quarter court. They've been able to beat it twice and get good drives.
LH breaks the pressure. Dawson couldn't get the shot to go. There's Ramsey again. And he's a man so far today. And a show of emotion from Caleb Ramsey. Draws the foul from Hall and a chance for a 3-point play.
You think he remembers game 1, Chuck? He's coming out strong tonight. On the weak side, he's tough. And right now, He's winning the battle on the boards.
This is what he did in game one as well, though. Very strong in the first period. Gets the roll and does convert the three-point play. Caleb Ramsey has 7 points early on. Eric Yarborough, Mike Inamorelli, Ethan Mildren, and John John Boscovich. I'll get it right. Can't read my own writing here. Anyway, the 4 of them, they're not dressed tonight because they're all sick, as we see the jumper put up and in by Brian Grady to make it a 3-point game. Near steal in the backcourt. And there is a throwaway there as Arminio out of control trying to get it to Ramsey. So again, Yarborough, Inamorelli, Mildren, and Boscovich, and particularly Inamorelli, who gets a significant playing time for LH. 4 players all sick. Ramsey was sick earlier in the week, so that's certainly a factor in this game.
Good game plan by the Mustangs so far. They've got that 3-point lead. Very deliberate. Playing decent defense. Good job so far.
That's got to be something, and it's a travel. Either a jump ball or a walk, one or the other. Is Ramsey a nice defensive play to get in there and disrupt the attempt by Ciccone.
Right now, you mentioned Billy Hall in the first game. Played real well against Ramsey. Ramsey's having a better to play here in our first 5 minutes.
Now Dawson, right at the foul line. Can't get the shot to go. His follow is up and in. Strong first quarter for the Mustangs. Deja vu. It's a repeat of the game up at the Horst Taylor Gymnasium. We're here at the Abe Everhart Gymnasium today. Nice ball movement, but Crenshaw cannot get the shot to go. Shull with the rebound. LH up by 5 with the ball.
And fans wanted a foul too, Chuck.
Now Ramsey. Nice play by Billy Hall to steal that pass. And now Uniontown looks to push. Grady going all the way. Can't get the shot to go, but draws the foul. And he will shoot a pair. Hey, HSTV viewers, don't forget to tune in every Sunday as we dust off great movies and TV shows of yesteryear with HSTV Sunday Classics. Take a trip down memory lane with stars such as Cary Grant, William Holden, and John Wayne. Join host Marty Schiff each and every Sunday at 3 and 8 p.m. for great HSTV Sunday Classics right here on Channel 19. That foul was called on Shull, and so he now has 2 fouls, and he will have to take a seat. Mason Tupta checks into the game, number 30 for Laurel Highlands. Grady's first free throw up and in. And he gets both. 4 points for Brian Grady here in the first period. Near throwaway there. Ramsey was able to save it and then dangerously just the hockey drop pass, the kind of thing we'll be seeing on Mon Valley Thunder action starting next week
next
here
Saturday,
on HSTV. But you don't want to do a drop pass in basketball.
Especially once you get past that timeline. You better stay away from that.
Look out. Almost a travel.
Yeah, but we come up with pick 2 last week. That was our new phrase, a pick 2. So we're working on some new ones.
Dawson gets it into Ramsey. Can't get the shot to go. Rebound pulled down by Pratt. Immediately looking to push the ball up court. Now Grady cannot get the 3 to go. Tupta with the rebound. LH by 3, a minute 37 left, first period.
Right now, Ramsey's having his way inside. He's finding some open looks. He's knocked a couple down. He's kissed a couple off the glass. Real nice first quarter. Good action so far from Uniontown.
Lloyd Williams going to check in on the next dead ball. First substitution tonight for Uniontown. But first, that short jumper up and in by Fudala. His first 2 of the night. Lead back up to 5 for the Mustangs.
He's money from that spot. You might want to cover him right around that foul line. He'll knock that down 8 out of 10 times.
Ooh, a near steal. Arminio sliding. There's Uniontown LH for you. Nice dish underneath. Got to be careful, though. And losing control of the ball was Anthony Black. Now the jumper no good. And it comes to Pratt. I said the first substitution. That's not true because Black had just come into the game a few moments ago for Uniontown. And now we'll get a foul called, I believe, on Ramsey on the floor. Caleb Ramsey wants to stay out of foul trouble. And he especially doesn't want to pick up those kinds of fouls. Non-shooting, somebody driving in transition, don't want to pick that up. Now Williams checks in along with number 4, Cody Castor. Hall and Grady will take a seat for the Raiders.
And he collapsed that 2-3 zone, too. He has other defenders there with him. Didn't need to take that foul. You want to see him take a foul on a shot in the paint, one-on-one. That when you got other guys around him.
Wide open underneath, and this foul will be called in the act. Ramsey, by the way, takes a seat here at the end of the period. Coach Hogger wants to get him an extra blow, and Shull comes back out with 2 fouls, and he just committed his 3rd foul. So Coach Hogger, trying to get a rest for Ramsey, took a bit of a gamble there by sending Shull out there, and it backfires because he now has 3 fouls.
And that's 6 on the team for Laurel Highlands already. 16 fouls, and we're not even out of the first quarter.
Black misses the first free throw. 47 seconds remaining here in the first period. Yeah, Uniontown has shot now 6 free throws. They've made half of them as Black goes 0 for 2. LH has only shot 1 from the stripe, and that was Ramsey on the 3-point play. And every foul in the second quarter committed by the Mustangs will send Uniontown to the line, and a turnover by LH. 35 seconds remaining, and immediately Hogger sends in Tyler Brooks, number 24, and Herminio will take a seat and get a little lecture from Coach Hogger. .30 seconds remaining. Uniontown could play for 1 if they choose. Down by 5. Pratt and Williams playing catch. Down to 20 seconds. We'll watch the clock for you. Williams looked at Castor, now into Ciccone. 13 seconds left. They drop it off Black, and he puts up an air ball. Not a good shot, probably not a good shot selection either, because he left 8.8 seconds on the clock. Now LH can get the final heave to the hoop. Maybe. They got to get it in first. They do. It's up, plenty of time. Cannot get the shot to go. Castor with the rebound, a scramble, and there's the buzzer. That shot will not count, and that ends the first period of play after 1 quarter. The score, the Laurel Highlands Mustangs 13, the Uniontown Red Raiders 8. Back with the second quarter after this on Herald Standard Television Sports. Hey viewers, HSTV is proud to be the home of professional hockey this winter. Beginning on February 9th, that's 1 week from Saturday, HSTV will broadcast home games of the Mid-Atlantic Hockey League's Mon Valley Thunder from the Rostraver Ice Garden. Be sure you catch the premiere of Thunder Hockey Saturday, February 9th at 11 p.m. as the Thunder take on the Worcester Warriors. Thunder Hockey can only be seen on HSTV, and we are excited, Don Havens, about getting over there and bringing hockey to the viewers.
About a week away. Looking forward to that one. Can't wait.
Positively.
Love us some ice. And that should be a lot of fun as we finish off basketball season.
I want to know if there's any LH students in the stands, because it looked like all of them were on the floor right there.
There's a lot of
the
cheerleaders.
Laurel Highlands Mustangs, they have so many cheerleaders. They do that every year, of course, but man, they have the largest cheerleading corps I have ever seen. I've seen major colleges with fewer cheerleaders than that.
No cheerleading cuts at LH, huh? They bring them all in.
Apparently.
Yeah, you're right. That's a big crew out there.
School spirit, baby.
Do a good job too.
Now LH gets the first possession in the first quarter, the second quarter rather, leading 13-8. Caleb Ramsey leading scorer for all players with 7 points in that first period. Brian Grady with 4 to lead the Raiders. Now there is Ramsey. Tries to go up and under and in, and does. And so far, no answer for Ramsey by the Raiders. The
Strong. Mustangs
now have their largest lead at 7.
Very strong on the inside. He's having his way right now. They need to keep feeding him the basketball. He's feeling it.
Tony wide open in the middle. Didn't take the shot, though. Decided to drive instead and tried to put up the dipsy-do for 2. Didn't go, but he does draw contact. And he will now go to the line. Herminio is called.
You know, Chuck, Laurel Highlands did such a nice job at making Uniontown move the ball around the perimeter earlier, but right now Uniontown's finding its seams in the top of the paint.
Special announcement for you Monster Hop fans. Castle Blood's Midnight Monster Hop will now air Fridays at midnight on HSTV. Look for Gravely Griselda and the gang on the Retro TV network. On Atlantic Broadband Channel 112, Saturday nights at midnight, starting this weekend. The Midnight Monster Hop only on HSTV Channel 19 and RTN. Ciccone missed the first free throw, and Uniontown right now not shooting well at all from the line. But after this miss, it comes right back to him. The 3 no good by Pratt, and going up high for that board was Tyler Brooks. The Red Raiders now 3 of 8 from the stripe in this first half. Part of the reason why they're down by 7, and Pratt was trying to pick the pocket of Fudalo, but is called for the foul. Only the second team foul on the Raiders, Pratt's first.
That was pretty close to a steal right there. Nice job. Just got a little bit of hand on the way through.
Uniontown won by 21 back on January 11th at LH, 66-45. So far tonight, different story, but Ramsey will be called for the travel. Definitely took one too many on that spin move. The Raiders have just been absolutely on a roll coming into this game. They have won 11 of their last 12. That shot doesn't go. Ciccone with the follow. A putback bucket for the Raiders after the Mustangs have dominated the offensive boards over at the other end, thanks to Caleb Ramsey. Now Fudala on the dribble drive. Oh, my goodness. Parting the Red Sea on that one. 6.5 minutes remaining first half. Stangs by 7.
Nice job putting the ball on the floor, splitting the defense for 2.
Now Ciccone. Nice look to Crenshaw. Pass a little hard. Now the 3 is no good. Nice job by Grady to follow his shot. When you're the shooter, you should know if the shot is short. Go get it.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you're taught right there. That's good coaching.
Nice play there. And send him to the line. Mason Tupta with a chance for the 3-point play. Pratt called for his second foul. Coach Kaczmarski will have to make a decision on what to do with James and immediately sends in Lloyd Williams. Pratt will take a seat.
Well, Chuck, I'm impressed with Laurel Highlands so far. They got a 19-12 game. They're playing real well on the offensive end. And so far, so good. They're up by 8 on the road to a team they lost to by 21 just a few weeks back.
Their largest lead of the half. Williams gets it into Ciccone. Boy, he's been wide open in the paint all night long in the middle of that LH zone. He now has 4 points. He just couldn't get the shots to go. Now Dawson with the pull-up. Can't get it off the window. Ciccone with the rebound, and now Uniontown will try to string a couple buckets together here. Ciccone out of control. Lucky he wasn't called for a charge there as Ramsey with good position. Now Fudala 2-on-1. Beautiful ball movement. The execution of the distribution. Isaiah Dawson dropping that dime.
Unselfish basketball. You got the 2-on-1. Give and go, and get the easy bunny. Nice job.
Ciccone again open, but Crenshaw's pass hit him in the shin. And now LH. I thought they were going to slow it down. They don't. Now a scramble. Dawson goes behind the back, drops it off to Tupta from inside the arc. 5 points for Mason, and Coach Kaczmarski immediately calls a timeout with 4:57 remaining in the first half. Uniontown will take a 30-second timeout, and we'll take a quick break as well. Back after this on Herald Standard Television Sports. 2. There's the flavor of high school basketball. Holder, up in the air. Oh, a twist. I like it, a twist with a half gainer, and the Russian judge gives it a 5.3. We have a scandal.
He's Russian. He doesn't know. He knows hockey. We'll get him for next week.
We'll get him next week. That's right.
That's right.
We have one more regular season basketball game coming up on HSTV. Join Jess Hudson and myself coming up on Monday night at Albert Gallatin for a non-section matchup between these Uniontown Red Raiders and Albert Gallatin. That's at 11 o'clock Monday night. You'll see that game again on Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. There's Ciccone inside. It's been every possession now. Grady, the bank is open. And Brian Grady with 8 points to lead the Raiders. Mustangs answer right back with Ramsey. And 1.
Yeah. That's just a nice job by Laurel Highlands moving the basketball up the court. You talk about Ciccone. He's open in that paint every time. If he can knock down some shots, nice job in the dish getting it to Grady that time. But the Mustangs come right back and got a chance for a 3-point play.
Can't get the crawl, though, on the free throw. So the lead stays at 10. Billy Hall has now committed 2 fouls for the Raiders. So right now, Coach Kaczmarski, he needs his big man out there. He'll leave him out there with the 2 fouls, but Hall has to be careful. Now Ciccone, that's the shot. If he starts getting that shot to drop, Uniontown's going to get right back in this. 6 points for Ciccone. Ramsey misses the jumper. Ciccone with the rebound. Now Grady pull up, put up. Can't get the shot to go, but follows his shot. And send him to the line for the three-point opportunity.
He's played a nice game. He's in double digits. He's got a chance for point number 11. And good action up and down the court.
Armenio called, and that's his first foul. Uniontown better start making some free throws. And now Armenio a little out of control, but the ball bounces right to Brooks. Everything going LH's way thus far. Near steal there. Grady, and now we'll get the foul called on Brooks. And it's the Mustang Maniacs' turn to scream up here in the balcony. They don't like that call. That's the 9th team foul, so a 1-and-1 situation now for Brian Grady. Fudala checks back in. Brooks will take a seat. There you see the folks in the nosebleed section.
Well, half of the nosebleed section.
Yeah.
We're missing a half.
What's left of it, right?
Yeah.
Now 1-and-1 by Grady. Big free throw here. Oh, man. Uniontown just killing themselves right now. Look at Armenio. Or to check that, I'm sorry, Tupta. Wow.
How about the Mustangs running the floor, Chuck? Oh, that had to be a foul, huh?
Lots of contact and nothing called. Now Pratt goes behind the back, lets it fly from on the arc. Doesn't get the shot to go. Dawson with the rebound. 3:22 remaining here in the second quarter, and LH up by 10. And now Ramsey and Hall has to be careful. He can't foul him. Caleb Ramsey knows it. Smart play, go right at him. Mustangs by a dozen.
He's having a better to play here in the first half. And the other thing is, too, the referees are letting them play. Not easy on them whistles. And sometimes that's a good thing. Good basketball.
Well, Paul was a little passive on that one, but he almost has to be with the 2 fouls. Crenshaw can't get the 3. Ramsey with the rebound. They're looking to run. Caleb Ramsey going coast to coast. The host with the most. Caleb Ramsey. And immediately, Coach Kesmarski calls a timeout with 2:43 remaining. Uniontown will use their last 30-second timeout, and Coach K will try to rally the troops. My goodness, it's all Laurel Highlands right now.
They are rolling, Chuck. Every chance they get, they're pushing the ball up the court. Ramsey having a huge game. He's got position in the paint. He's beating Billy Hall right now. And as you said, Hall's got the fouls. He's got to be careful. And every time they're running, they're knocking it down. And they're up by 14 in Uniontown.
Coach Hogger pushing all the right buttons so far. Hey, viewers, for an in-depth look at the people and issues of our region, tune into HSTV Channel 19 Sunday nights at 7 p.m. for News 19 Magazine. News 19 Magazine takes a closer look at the stories that matter to the people of southwestern Pennsylvania. News 19 Magazine, only on HSTV Channel 19. Uniontown came here tonight looking for a coronation to clinch another section title. They've won more than any team in the WPIAL, and they expected to add to it tonight, but Laurel Highlands, they have other plans.
17 out of 20 for Uniontown this year in the win column. And right now, Laurel Highlands has come across town, and they're playing.
James Pratt getting his 3 on, and the Raiders needed that one. Second tray of the night for Pratt. Now Ramsey. Castor bodies him up, but it will be Ciccone called for the foul, and they'll say it's on the floor. 5th team foul. LH will inbounds. Ramsey thought he was shooting. So do the Mustang fans, and I'm not so sure they're not right. I kind of thought he was going up with that too, but they'll say it was on the floor.
And Coach K's put Billy Hall on the bench. Castor's into the game, one-on-one with Ramsey, so we'll see where that goes.
Well, where it's going to go is a quick foul. Ramsey a little too quick for him on that play, so Castor commits team foul number 6 for the Raiders, so now LH will be in the bonus. Starting with the next infraction, we have 2:10 left here in the half.
We need to see some more defensive intensity from Uniontown. I think they've been missing that here in the first half. They're starting to show a little bit now, get their legs underneath of them.
That jumper no good. Ramsey goes right over them for the rebound. Can't get the shot to go. And Pratt touched it last. No! Dawson. Uniontown basketball. Shaw will check back in. And Ramsey will take a seat here late in the first half. get a little rest.
But again, he had 2 Raiders down on the box with him. He went up over both of them, brought the ball down, couldn't get the shot to go. He gets a well-deserved breather.
Jared Turner, number 3 now in the game for Uniontown. Good outside shooter. They'll try to spot him up beyond the arc. Brady cannot get the shot to go. Dawson paddles for the rebound. Mustangs by 11. Not a good pass there by Armenio. Now Pratt will try to answer. There's Turner. Gets it back. Tried to force a pass inside to Castor, but Shull was able to knock it out of bounds. Uniontown will inbounds with 1:27 remaining. Uniontown 8-1 and tied for first place in Section 3. LH at 6-3. Castor up and in. Nice offensive set there by the Raiders to get the deficit back down to single digits.
Castor goes 6'5". He's going to find some room without Ramsey in there, and he got it right there.
Now Dawson with the jump step and the crawl. 6 points for Isaiah. Picture perfect first half by the Mustangs. Now Jared Turner couldn't get the 3 from the corner, but it bounces right back to the Raiders. Turner hit Castor, and he'll go to the line. And that foul is not on Shull, is it? No, it is not. Dawson called for his first, and Castor will shoot a pair. I mentioned Uniontown having won 11 of 12, but that one loss came 2 games ago, and a bit of a surprise, a non-conference game. They lost at Connellsville to a team that you would expect Uniontown to be able to handle. First free throw is up and in, and back into the game comes Tyler Brooks for Laurel Highlands. They lost at Connellsville 67-61. They do not want to drop 2 out of 3 heading into the postseason.
Yeah, you definitely want to go into the postseason on a roll. They got one non-section game remaining.
Castor hits them both. 9-point game. LH, by the way, has won 3 in a row and 4 out of 5 coming into this game. So both teams hot.
Of course, that non-section game at AG, the game we'll have Monday night.
Right. And LH has one more game. They play tomorrow, Saturday. I should say today if you're watching one of our Saturday broadcasts of this one. They're playing Saturday at Hampton in a non-section game. WPIAL will announce the playoff pairings on Tuesday. Playoffs will get underway next weekend. We're down to 15 seconds left, and LH going to try to play for one shot here. Grady aggressively out there defensively. Got to be careful, though, because the foul will send him to the line. Now Armenio on the floor. Oh, my goodness. Pinball wizard. He caromed it off of Brooks to Dawson, just the way they drew it up. This will count.
Oh, he hit it.
James Pratt, unbelievable from the midcourt line. Oh, my goodness. It's getting crazy up in here as we end the first half in style. At the half, Laurel Highlands 38, Uniontown 30. Back after this on Herald Standard Television Sports. Welcome back, Chuck Durso, along with Don Havens. And Don, it is very warm in here. I had a sweater on for the pregame. You notice now, we took off a layer. Who knows what I'll be dressed like by the end of the game, but that's a scary thought.
Let's not go there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Don't worry about that. But I'll tell you what, Laurel Highlands undressing Uniontown most of that first half. A picture-perfect half by the Laurel Highlands Mustangs.
Sure was, and the key was Caleb Ramsey. He come out fired up. He was getting down on the blocks and in the paint. He's kissing it off the glass, and right now he's beating Billy Hall to the glass, and that's the key in the ball game. He's just rolling, and if they can get him rolling, LH rolls.
Caleb with 15 points to lead the way for the Mustangs, and you're right, they have not had an answer for him inside. And even the ball seems to be bouncing LH's way. They're getting the breaks as well, but let's not overlook one thing. At halftime here, some students were going down at half court and trying to make half court shots. They do that all the time at halftime here at Laurel Highlands. I don't know why they bothered, because the half court shot was already made at the end of the half. James Pratt nailing that shot from mid-court to end the half. Don't overlook how important that could be from a momentum standpoint for the Raiders.
You go into the half with that three-pointer from half court. You get your fans on your feet and fired up a little bit. And you're right. I mean, that could be a momentum boost. He took an 11-point lead, a double-digit lead, and now it's 8, a 38-30 Laurel Highlands lead. So that's an important 3.
Pratt had 9 points in the first half, all coming on threes. The leading scorer for the Raiders was Brian Grady with 10. Uniontown gets the first possession to start things off here in the second half. As you take a look at Caleb Ramsey, his team will start on defense, and they're in that 2-3 zone.
In which they found Ciccone all day on the inside.
This time it's Crenshaw who will be called for the travel as Ramsey steps in.
Well, what I mentioned there, Chuck, they found Ciccone right on the foul line, the top of the paint there. They just beat that little zone in the 2-3 zone. Ciccone was able to hit a couple shots. That was important for Uniontown in the first half. Didn't hit enough of them, but then he was able to dish it out to Pratt for 3. So that worked for Uniontown in that zone, and we'll probably see a lot more of that in the second half, although Crenshaw that time tried to take it baseline and drew the charge.
A little custodial work necessary there as they need to wipe up some moisture off the court. And now we're ready to resume action. Uniontown putting the full court pressure on as LH will inbound with their first possession here in the second half. And they're going for the touchdown pass. Fudala catches it and puts it up and over Ciccone and off the window. 8 points for Ronald Fudala. And right away, Laurel Highlands lead back into double digits.
Fudala and Dawson both with 8, so with Ramsey's 15, spreading the ball around nice.
There was Ciccone inside, but he couldn't handle the pass. Armenio comes out of there. As far as foul trouble is concerned, John Shull has 3 fouls and is not out on the floor to start this second half. He'll start on the bench. Caleb Ramsey has 2, so he has to be careful. Cannot get that shot to go. Kept it alive, but touched it last, and Uniontown will come back down court. So Caleb has to watch out because he has 2 fouls. Nobody else with more than 1 for Laurel Highlands. For Uniontown, Pratt and Hall each with a pair.
Yeah, and Hall one-on-one with Ramsey. Right there, did a nice job. Ramsey just missed the shot.
There's Ciccone. Bangs it off the back iron. Hall couldn't handle the rebound. Dawson unable to save it, though. Uniontown will inbound under the basket with 6:56 remaining here in the third period.
And they're going to need Ciccone to knock those shots down, Chuck. He's open. Every offensive series, the guard's pulling out right around the three-point line for LH, and that shot's open.
Nice spin move, but couldn't get the shot to go. Hall kept it alive. Crenshaw tries to run it down. Couldn't do so. Laurel Highlands will come back down court. Uniontown 8-1 in Section 3, tied for first place with Greensburg-Salem. Laurel Highlands in third place at 6-3, and now we get a whistle. Caleb Ramsey, I think, got a finger in the eye maybe, and got to deal with some contact issues over there. And the fans of Raider Nation, they're giving him a hard time about it. They're going, oh, what's the matter with the wood eye? No mercy at all for Caleb.
Is that a first? You've seen a guy put a contact on right on the court? Yeah. I guess. There you go.
Mad skills.
Yeah, I'd say.
LH by 10.
We just need you to put that sweater back on.
As long as I don't take anything else off, we're fine.
Yeah, you are covered. That's right.
Dawson can't get that shot to go. Ramsey ripped it right away from
he's
Pratt.
So strong.
But they'll call a travel on Caleb.
You know, Chuck, I know Uniontown loves to play that man-to-man style, but they may need to double down and take care of Ramsey because right now he's beating Billy Hall in the paint. And, he had a huge first half and starting out well here in the second half.
Uniontown trails by 10. Nice ball movement, but again, Ciccone couldn't handle the pass, but it comes right back to him. Those are the kind of breaks LH was getting in the first half. We'll see if that changes here. As we move into the third quarter, Dawson, they could have called a travel. They didn't. Raider Nation wanted it. Dawson in double digits with 10. Hall was wide open underneath for a moment. Nobody saw him. Now they get it into him. Works it back out. Grady, nice dish to Hall. Couldn't get the shot to go. Swatted out of bounds by Armenio. Uniontown basketball.
Well, nice inlet pass to Billy Hall. Wasn't able to get it off the glass, but that's something they might want to look at too. Ramsey was away from the play. He was on the other side, which leaves Hall open. He's a big boy himself.
Crenshaw, open baseline, and he draws contact. Tupto will be called for his second foul, and Avery will shoot a pair. Attention couples, HSTV Studios wants to make your wedding day extra special. When it comes to creating video memories that last a lifetime, no one can make the video of your special day better than the creative professionals at HSTV Studios. To find out more about the HSTV Studios Memories in Motion wedding video packages, contact Stephanie Allison at 724-434-1610. That's a couple making some memories here watching Uniontown Laurel Highlands basketball. Crenshaw's first one was up and in. Can't get the second. Ramsey with the board. LH by 9. Good ball movement by the Mustangs. Now Ramsey looking for some help. He'll swing it back out to Armenio. Pratt went for the steal. The result of that is Fudala wide open for a three. Can't get it to go. Crenshaw with the rebound.
And that was a beautiful look to get it to Pratt. Didn't try to force it inside to the big guy. And Fudala just wasn't able to knock it down.
There's Ciccone. 10 points for Sean, and he's been there all night long. I know we sound like a broken record here, but every possession just about, and not a good play there by Armenio as he throws it away. And he threw it right to the coaches. You never want to do that. You don't want that man catching your pass.
That's right.
That's never a good sign.
Yeah, you don't want your coach catching a pass, that's for sure.
7-point game now. Uniontown has a chance to get to within 5, which would be the closest they've been in a while. Raiders scored the first 3 of the night, and Laurel Highlands has led ever since. We had one tie at 4. Grady's 3 no good. Crenshaw rips down the rebound, but could not control it. With Crenshaw showing some athleticism there to go up high for that offensive board. Mentioned Uniontown 8-1 in the section. Laurel Highlands, of course, 6-3. They've lost twice to Greensburg-Salem, and of course the first matchup to Uniontown this year. Hall says, son, you don't have to go home, but you got to get out of here. And then Pratt tries to answer with a 3 on the other side. Can't get it to go. Crenshaw with the follow. Pratt inside. Nice dish by Crenshaw. 11 points for James Pratt. It's a 5-point game. Look out. Here come the Raiders. Now Ramsey forces up a shot. Hall with the rebound.
That's what they have to do. Double coverage. Double down on him.
Now Pratt. Oh, my goodness. Getting through everybody. But the pass was deflected out of bounds with 4:09 remaining. Caleb Ramsey looks a little winded out there right now. And again, we mentioned he was under the weather earlier this week. And I said in the pregame, we'll see how that affects Laurel Highlands with some of the illnesses that they've had as this game goes on. Cody Castor checks back in for the Raiders.
I think we'll see some more of that on defense. We just saw Uniontown getting the double coverage.
Not a good foul there by Armenio as he tried the wraparound defensively and commits the foul, the second team foul on the Mustangs. Armenio's second as well.
Just to finish my point there, doubling down on Ramsey, and it made him force a shot. It wasn't a real good shot.
Beautiful no-look pass by Pratt to Ciccone rather. Shot was blocked twice. Oh, my goodness. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs as a team saying, respect my authority, but we get the travel on the other end as Tupka slips. And we'll get a timeout call. 30-second timeout by Coach Hogger for Laurel Highlands. 3:51 remaining here in the third period. LH leads it by 5 on Herald Standard Television Sports. Welcome back, Chuck Durso and Don Havens. Uniontown, Laurel Highlands, our next to last regular season game of the year. Monday night, we'll have Uniontown at AG at 11 p.m. Monday, re-aired at 11:30 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. Tuesday. That'll be a lot of fun, Don. It's a non-section game, but two very good friends coaching against each other. Ware Gladman, of course, the assistant coach under Rob Kesmarski, both at Uniontown and earlier at AG, going up against his good friend, Coach K. That'll be a lot of fun. Jess Hudson will join me for that game. Monday night, our season finale. That's what I meant. You'll be there for that one.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. You like Jess. I know.
I like everybody.
I know he's your favorite. That's all right.
No.
That's okay. You can admit it. Admit it on the air. Go ahead.
No, we know who my favorite is.
Yourself.
Thank you very much.
You're a narcissist. I understand.
Open was Grady. Can't get the shot to go. Castor kept it alive. Last touch by the Mustang.
Hey, everybody saw the sign last game. Chuck Durso and HSTV, right? We all know. I had to have my man Chip Seifried in the truck add my name to the sign.
You need some cheese to go along with that wine?
I'm still whining about that. It's been a week already. I'm still crying about it. That's all right.
Now, Uniontown can get to within 3 or even 2 if they make a three-pointer. Crenshaw, thought he might have shuffled the feet, gets away with it and gets the roll. His first field goal of the night, he has 4 points, and we are down to a 3-point game.
Good work by the Raiders, playing strong on defense.
Steal by Crenshaw, and the foul called on Caleb Ramsey. And again, if you're Ramsey, that's a foul you don't want to commit. Now he has 3, and you're committing the foul 70 feet away from the basket.
Yeah, you're right, Chuck. You want his fouls in on the paint where he's banging bodies, not out there. Caleb doesn't need to be out there. Get in under the basket, and he knows it. But that really puts them in a tough position now. We got 3 minutes to go, and in an 8-minute fourth quarter, they need him in the basketball game. Sorry, Chuck.
That's all right. Tyler Brooks back in for LH, and yeah, Coach Hogger has to decide what to do about Ramsey. And Ramsey, with the dejection of the rejection, even with the 3 fouls, he didn't jump. He knew he couldn't commit a foul, and he still blocked the shot. Now Fudala falls, and this will be a foul. Raider Nation wants the travel called. They're not going to get it. Contact resulting in that foul, and it's called on Pratt, and he now has 3. Coach Kesmarski immediately will sit down Pratt as Lloyd Williams checks in. Now on the other side, Coach Hogger. Big Pen didn't like that call. See my man there, Ronnie Wadsworth?
Is that Ronnie?
Yeah.
He looks different. He cut his hair.
Yeah, but he did not like that call. Anyway, I started to say Coach Hogger is going to leave Caleb out there with his 3 fouls. Dawson has a dozen.
Did you just say pig pen? Is that what you said?
Yeah. You never saw him play softball?
Yes.
Then you know why.
Good point.
Now Uniontown down by 5. Crenshaw. And the offensive foul is called. Ramsey. And that was a close one. That could have been the 4th on Caleb. Instead, Crenshaw called for his 2nd.
Wow.
No matter what call the officials make, half of this gym's going to be bad.
All right, that's right. And the LH side of the gym should be much happier because you certainly didn't want a 4th foul on Ramsey.
Oh, that would have been huge.
Oh, it would have been enormous, yeah.
Now, once again, we need to mop it up there. Get it to Sam Lee. Look at Sam Lee. There, look at that. Sam Lee can do everything because he is a German Township graduate. Look at that.
Yeah, throw the towel.
Sam and I graduated together, class of...
Did you see he threw that with attitude, man? He threw the towel off there.
Sam's the man.
Taking charge.
I would say what year we graduated, but he probably doesn't want me to.
No, tell us.
Because he's getting old.
Yeah. Where does that put you, sir?
Young as you feel. Young as you feel.
Young as you feel.
2:12 left here in the third quarter. Apparently, I gave Sam too much credit. He didn't wipe it up good enough.
Okay, yeah, he got mad and threw the towel out before he was done.
So we'll do it again.
Having fun at Uniontown. This is great. Nice atmosphere, big crowd.
Uniontown trying to win a section championship, and a win tonight will clinch a tie at least for the section title. They'll win it outright if Derry upsets Greensburg-Salem. But at least they'll be section co-champions. But LH, they want to spoil the party.
You know both teams want this game, Chuck. They can't wait. This is the one they look at on the schedule and look forward to. A crosstown team.
Oh, they could each be 1-20, and it'd be a big game. John Shull's first bucket of the night. The baseline jumper. And LH now back up by 7.
Good time to hit that first shot.
Uniontown got it to 3, but 2 straight buckets by LH. Ciccone on the spin move. That's a travel. And how about Caleb Ramsey drawing 2 straight offensive fouls? And I said the last one was a close call. Could have gone either way. I don't think on that one. That definitely an offensive foul. Coach Kesmarski might not agree with me right now.
You know, and he's putting a lot of faith in Ciccone. Ciccone's taking a lot of shots, but Chuck, he's not knocking them down right now.
He doesn't like the call, Coach Kesmarski, and he's conversing with the officials as this time we'll get Tom Colbank out there to mop up the floor. See if the security can't do it, we'll get the principal out there.
Yeah.
Now we're ready to resume action. Ciccone went for the steal. Now Dawson 2-on-1 with Ramsey. Faked the pass. Beautiful move. Couldn't get the shot to go. Ramsey with the follow. Still has the ball. We're getting aggressive in there, and we're going to get a jump ball out of this one. Possession arrow pointing in Laurel Highlands' direction. Coach Kesmarski barking at the officials saying that Ramsey's going over the top to get those rebounds.
I don't think so on that one, Coach. It looked like straight up to me, but Ramsey in there throwing elbows, and Castor was able to get in and get the jump ball.
Coach Hager surveying the field. LH on a 4-point run, trying to extend the lead further. Fudala with the pull-up. Shot is short. Battle for the ball. Shull gets the crawl. John Shull with a couple of key hoops late in the third quarter, and with a minute 12 remaining, suddenly the lead back up to 9 for LH.
Yeah, 2 big buckets for Shull in off the bench. That's a big help. Puts him back up by 9. Good job.
Castor on the block, lost control of the ball. Now a scramble. Ramsey will pick it up. It looked like the Raiders were ready to make a serious run. Give LH credit. They withstood it. Now a foul will be called on Dawson for the illegal screen. That will be his second. Team fourth. Tupta back into the game for LH. Black checks back in for Uniontown. It's Pratt, Grady, Black, Castor, Ciccone. The 5 on the floor right now for the Raiders. Fudala, Tupta, Brooks, Ramsey, and Dawson out there right now for LH. Ciccone can't get the shot to go. Ramsey with the rebound will get another jump ball. This one will go to the Raiders. 38 seconds remaining in the period.
And I don't mean to be hard on the kid, but Ciccone's got to make some shots. I mean, they are leaving him open in the paint, and this broken record continues. But he's only got 10 on the night, Chuck. And if he could have hit some of them shots, and he's going to get a chance here in the fourth quarter because he is open on every possession.
They don't have anybody that can match him quickness-wise. Now he just has to get the shot to go. Grady can't get that shot to go. Nice effort by Castor to keep it alive. Now the official pointed in Uniontown's direction. Castor's heading down court. He thinks he touched it last. That's pretty telling. Now I'm going to tell you something. When the guy involved is walking down the court, he thinks he touched the ball last. But, hey, well, the official said it was off of LH.
Yeah, and I thought Castor was the only one close to it, but we're far away from the play here. So a break for Uniontown.
Now Ciccone, a little push-off on that spin move. Not called. That shot was halfway down. Black with the follow, and he draws the foul, and he will shoot a pair with 20 seconds remaining here in the period. Hey, remember all you hoops junkies, catch HSTV High School Basketball presented by Davis & Davis the very same night the game is played. HSTV Sports, proud to bring you exciting local hoops action at 11 o'clock on the night the game is played. So make sure you check it out each and every night. And we have one more regular season game coming up for you. Uniontown AG Monday night at 11 o'clock here on HSTV. Now that foul was called on Dawson, so he now has 3 fouls. Black up and in with the free throw. Can't get the second one. He is 1 of 4 tonight from the line. 8-point game, 15 seconds left. LH would like to take the last shot here if Uniontown will let him. And they don't. And Black to Pratt for the score. Now LH, 3 seconds left. We had a half-court shot at the end of the second quarter. I don't know if we'll get one now, though. There's 1 second left. LH will just have time to inbound it and then fling one. It'll count if it goes, but it's short, and that will end the third period. Oh, folks, we are headed towards a fantastic finale, or so we hope. Don't you dare go away after 3 quarters. LH 48, Uniontown 42, fourth quarter next on Herald Standard Television Sports. Welcome back, Chuck Durso and Don Havens, as we get ready for the fourth period. Laurel Highlands leads it by 6. They were up by 5 after 1 period, by 8 at the intermission. Uniontown got to within 3 at one point in that third quarter, and right now it's 6 with 8 minutes to go.
Yeah, the one key, Uniontown in the third quarter shut out Caleb Ramsey at 15 at halftime, 0 in the third quarter. That's an important stat, but Laurel Highlands looking for other guys to contribute. John Shaw comes off the bench, hits 2 buckets. Dawson having a nice game, so they've been able to keep it around that 6 to 9 point range. We got 6 now. We're in for an exciting fourth quarter, Chuck.
Nice balance by Uniontown. Meanwhile, Ciccone has 10 points, Grady has 10 points, and Pratt leading the way with 13, although Grady also went scoreless in that third period. 8 minutes to go at least, and LH will get the first possession of the period. If Uniontown wins, they're section champs, at least co-champs. If LH wins, well, they finish in third place. It doesn't make any difference, but it will be huge to know that they knocked Uniontown out of a section championship. And how about Dawson on the follow of the Ramsey miss?
He's having a nice game.
And Ciccone with the hoop and the harm, and this time Ramsey does not draw the charge, and that is the 4th foul on Caleb, and that's not huge. That's huge. Give it 2 syllables.
Yeah, huge. You got that exactly right. Now you got 7:37, and they've only got a 6-point lead. He's so important in the basketball game, obviously. And Ciccone got a chance to cut this one to 5.
How about Ciccone? Tough luck shooting all night, and then he makes the most difficult shot he's put up all night. That was something else. And he gets the friendly bounce. Converts the 3-point play. LH's lead down to a handful at 5.
He's had a good night, but he's also had a lot of chances, too.
Ochagger leaves Ramsey out there with the 4 fouls. Forced that pass to Dawson. It worked, though. Dawson dropped it down to Brooks on the block, and he draws contact. And that's putting it mildly.
Yeah, a lot of contact.
Grady was called for his first foul. For a souvenir of tonight's game, by the way, viewers, you can call HSTV Studios at 724-434-1610 to pick up a DVD copy of this or any other high school sporting event that airs on HSTV. And we're running a special $15 promotion, Any HSTV high school sports broadcast, football, soccer, basketball, they're all on sale. Just $15. Call 724-434-1610. Brooks missed the first free throw. Ramsey takes a seat now with those 4 fouls as Tyler gets 1 of 2. It's a 6-point game. Feudala, Brooks, Shaw, Dawson, and Tupta, the 5 on the floor right now for Laurel Highlands. Now Ciccone, baseline jumper, can't get it to go, but Billy Hall, boy does it make a difference not having Caleb Ramsey in there. Billy Hall picks up the offensive rebound and the putback, his first 2 of the night, and that's no coincidence.
Right, and Cody Castor had some success, too, in the first half when Caleb had to sit with 2 fouls or at least to take a break.
So here's a chance for Uniontown to do something. That 3 no good, but the ball caroms to Dawson. Beautiful pass to Tyler Brooks.
Very unselfish. Very unselfish play. Nice job by Dawson to feed the ball to Brooks for 2.
Pratt, Crenshaw, Grady, Ciccone, and Hall, the 5 out there right now for the Raiders. Grady gets it to Hall on the blocks. Now back out. See the 3. Be the 3. Brian Grady's first 3 of the half. And now Tupta tries to answer. That doesn't work, but he gets his own rebound. And now Ciccone steps in and creates the steal. Uniontown down by 3. They could tie with a home run. And wide open is Grady. Can't get it to go. Follows his shot. It's a 1-point game. 15 for Grady, exactly 6 minutes left.
Grady, that's twice tonight he's made that same play.
Out of bounds off of Pratt.
Where he shot a 3 from the corner and followed the basketball for the lay-in.
And immediately Coach Hogger gets Ramsey right back in there. And I know he has 4 fouls and we have a long way to go here at 5:55 left, but I think that's the right call. You got to get Caleb out there on the floor.
He makes a difference. Definitely makes a difference. Got to take your chances.
And now you got to run the offense through him. Ramsey sets the high screen. Now Dawson will be called for the travel. Uniontown has a chance to regain the lead. They've only led once tonight. Pratt made a 3 to open up the scoring tonight. LH scored the next 4 and never trailed again. We had one tie at 4. All Mustangs since then. They've led by as much as 14.
Uniontown's outscored LH 10-5 here to start the fourth quarter.
That 14-point lead was in the second quarter. Now Uniontown can take the lead. Ciccone, little fadeaway. Hall with the rebound. Can't get the putback, and Ramsey is there to clean it up. That close to moving into the lead. And now Dawson. Can't get the shot to go, but there's Ramsey. Putback no good, and Dawson is fouled by Crenshaw. Third of the night on Avery. Isaiah Dawson will shoot a pair. You know, we're doing hockey, and we'll tell you more about that later on in the quarter, but just to let you know what's up as far as the playoffs are concerned, we don't know what our playoff schedule will be. Part of it because of our Mon Valley Thunder hockey schedule. If we can do any playoff games on nights where we don't have hockey, we certainly will try to bring you some postseason action. We'll see what the schedule shows on next Tuesday, what the WPIL comes up with, and then just check your local listings. Stay tuned. Look at the newspaper, look at the website, and we'll let you know what we're going to do here. Black checks back in for Uniontown. Dawson gets 1 of 2, and LH leads by a pair. Hopefully we'll be able to bring you some postseason action, but we'll see. If we can, we will. A lot of area teams in the playoffs, and John Shull just rips it right away from Billy Hall. Nice defensive play by Shull.
Hasn't played a lot of minutes, but he's had a nice second half with a couple buckets off the bench, and that's still right there.
Now Fudala can't get it to go, but Ramsey out of bounds. Last touch by Caleb. He doesn't like the call. I thought it was out on Uniontown. No, it will be LH's ball. I'll tell you, John Shull had a nice game last year at LH when these two teams played their second game of the year, when LH finally won, breaking that long streak that Uniontown had 6 or 7 years in a row where they'd won 12, 14 games in a row in this great rivalry. LH finally broke that string last year, and Shull came up big in that game. He's made some big plays here in the second half tonight as well. Now Ciccone drops it off for Grady. Thought about the shot. Now the drive down the lane. Can't get it to go. Scramble. Black. Can he save it? He did, but Dawson and Castor will be called for the foul, and that's the 7th team foul on the Raiders. So Dawson will be shooting a 1-and-1 now with a chance to stretch out the lead. Second foul tonight on Cody Castor. HSTV is proud to be the home of professional hockey this winter. Beginning next Saturday, we'll broadcast home games of the Mid-Atlantic Hockey League's Mon Valley Thunder from the Rostraver Ice Garden. So make sure you catch the premiere of Thunder Hockey next Saturday, 11 p.m. as the Thunder take on the Wooster Warriors. Thunder Hockey can only be seen on HSTV. Oh, big free throw, and Dawson missed it. Front end of the 1-and-1. Got to make those when you're trying to protect the lead.
4 minutes, Chuck. Both teams are in the bonus. Right now, the possession arrow faces Uniontown.
A chance to tie, and they throw it away. Miscommunication between Pratt and Grady. Grady zigged when Pratt thought he was going to zag. Now LH will inbound. Ciccone! Great effort. LH basketball, but a nice defensive effort as Uniontown continues to put on the pressure. Now every time they've started to creep close, LH has had an answer, but this time they throw it away. Now Grady. Into the corner to Pratt. Nice drop off to Grady. We're tied. 17 points for Brian Grady. Our second tie of the night, and the first since the opening minutes. Now Dawson on the baseline. Nice move around Ciccone. 17 for Isaiah Dawson. LH back in the lead. Oh, we are heading down to an exciting finish. Don Havens, is there anywhere you'd rather be?
No, sir. Uniontown, Laurel Highlands, 2-point game late. No, sir.
Grady's three, no good. Tries to go up over Ramsey for the rebound. That's not happening. And now Ramsey tried to hit Dawson on the outlet. That didn't work. Back comes Uniontown. Ciccone can't get the shot to go. Black keeps it alive. Fakes it, takes it, and is fouled by Shull. Black will head to the line for a pair, but he's only 1 of 4 so far tonight on free throws. You mentioned Shull hasn't played much tonight. That's because he was in foul trouble most of the first half with 3. Had not committed a foul in the second half until then. So He now has 4.
And how about the game that Isaiah Dawson's having, huh? 17 points. Has ran the offense well. Really having a nice ball game.
Leading scorer for Laurel Highlands all of a sudden because Caleb Ramsey hasn't scored yet here in this second half. He's still stuck on 15 and a huge free throw by Black.
And part of that is the foul trouble that Ramsey's in. He's got to be careful. The other thing is Uniontown started the double Ramsey, which is leaving Dawson open for the return layups off the rebound.
Can't get the second shot to go, and the rebound to Armenio. So it's a 1-point game. We'll announce a Davis & Davis player of the game at the conclusion of this game, and it probably will be announced at the conclusion. It's going to depend on what happens here. Could be a lot of folks. Ramsey. There's a lid on the bucket for Caleb. Now a foul will be called on the floor. Ciccone is going to be called for the reach in. That will be his 3rd, 8th team foul, and Ramsey will shoot the 1-and-1. Coach Kesmarski wants a travel call.
And, of course, free throws will be so important down the stretch, Chuck. Whatever team hits the free throws down the stretch is going to be very important, and Ramsey got a chance to here, 1-on-1.
Crenshaw back in for the Raiders as Black takes a seat. Big free throw. Ramsey didn't get it. Banged it off the back iron. Grady with the rebound. Uniontown again, a chance to take the lead. Crenshaw for 3, no good. We'll get it. Well, we should have got a walk. Instead, Uniontown is in the lead for only the 2nd time tonight. Crenshaw ripped the ball from Ramsey and then fell down. I think that should have been a walk. And now Armenio misses. And Pratt lost control of the ball but saves it. Helter-skelter now. And that favors the Raiders. Now Pratt, pull up, put up. No, Shull with the rebound. Mustangs with a chance to regain the lead as we approach the 2-minute mark remaining.
Wow, good action. 2 minutes. We got a 1-point basketball game. Every foul, we will see some free throws. Good action here from Uniontown.
Under 2 minutes now at 1:54. Ramsey goes right around Billy Hall. His first points of the second half, and the Mustangs back on top. And Coach Kesmarski calls a timeout. It will be a full timeout with 1:44 remaining. Laurel Highlands by 1. Don't you dare go away. We'll be right back on Herald Standard Television Sport. Welcome back, Chuck Durso and Don Havens. Laurel Highlands leads Uniontown 58-57 with 1:44 left. Let's give you the game reset. Timeout situation. Laurel Highlands has 3 remaining. Uniontown has 2. All of them are full timeouts. Foul situation. Uniontown has committed 8 team fouls. Laurel Highlands 7. So both teams are in the 1-and-1. And the possession arrow right now is pointing in Uniontown's direction.
Good basketball, good action in the second half. You know, LH had the 8-point lead at halftime. Don't forget about that Pratt three-pointer at the buzzer from half court. That's shown to be important now, too. Gave the team a little bit of momentum going into the third quarter. And here we are. We got a 1-point LH lead. And,
neither team has shot well from the foul line tonight. Laurel Highlands as a team just 4 of 9. And Uniontown as a team, they've made 10. And they've missed 10. They're 10 of 20. So one team is 50% and one below 50%. Poor free throw shooting tonight. Crenshaw got it into Hall and then back out. Now Grady. The 3 no good. Ramsey couldn't control the rebound, but Shull was there. 1:20 left. Every possession key now. LH by a point. Every whistle was going to elicit a reaction. This crowd totally into this one. This is high school basketball at its best, and Pratt will be called for the foul. Armenio will head to the line for his first free throw of the night. 4th foul on Pratt, and I don't know that Coach Kesmarski wanted that foul out there at midcourt with this much time left, especially because now his point guard is 1 foul away from elimination.
And free throws so crucial. Armenio, as you said, first of the night.
Rimmed out, but Caleb Ramsey was there for the follow. And that's been the key for LH. Ramsey on the putbacks. 3-point game. You don't need a 3 here. If you get a good look, sure, but you can take 2. Lots of time left, 55 seconds. Ciccone on the drive. And an immediate timeout called by Coach Kesmarski with 50 seconds remaining. Uniontown now has one timeout left. Good play by Ciccone, who now has 14 points. We will announce a Davis & Davis Player of the Game at the conclusion of this game, and right now we might have to chop up that award, split it up about 5 different ways.
Yeah, we saw overtime a couple of weeks ago, too, when we got a chance maybe for some overtime tonight. When we were at Brownsville, we had an overtime game. We got a 1-point game tonight. And real good action. You know, Uniontown, Ciccone making the big play there to get it within one.
I remember doing an overtime game here on HSTV right here in this gym several years ago, back when Uniontown was making their initial runs to the state title. Back in the year of the first state championship game, by the way, for them. And they played just a thriller here that LH won in overtime. That was the last game LH won in this series until their win last year that I talked about a few moments ago. But, I mean, that was a thriller, and that was in a packed house. And you think it's warm tonight, Don Havens. It was 15 degrees warmer in this building on that night. So maybe we'll have another exciting overtime game here. Certainly a possibility. I'll tell you what, this is fantastic. And again, if you're just tuning in, very simple. If Uniontown wins this game tonight, they win the section title. LH is going to be in third place no matter what. Both teams qualify for the WPIAL playoffs, but LH would love to knock their arch rivals out of a section championship. We're down to 50 seconds left in regulation.
What a confidence builder that would be for them, too, going into the playoffs.
Grady will be called for the foul as he tried the wraparound there on Arminio, and probably not a bad idea to send Arminio back to the line after he just missed a free throw. The difference, this will now be a two-shot situation because that was the 10th team foul, so now LH in the double bonus.
And you mentioned, too, neither team shooting well from the free throw line, so foul throws are obviously crucial.
You can't go anywhere. You got the rebound, but it's a two-shot situation. Now, I'll tell you what else is crucial here. If he misses this free throw for Uniontown, getting the rebound. Someone got to box out Caleb Ramsey. And they didn't do it, but he couldn't hold on to it. Now Uniontown in transition. Crenshaw can't get the shot to go. Hall with the follow, and a foul is called. 35 seconds left. Hall will shoot a pair, and I think Ramsey may have committed his fifth. He did. Oh, my goodness. That one's huge. Caleb Ramsey walks the plank. And now if we do go into overtime, Coach Hogger won't have his big weapon. If Hall makes them both, Uniontown leads. LH stomping on the stands here to try to disrupt him. But Billy Hall's first free throw of the night hits nothing but nylon.
Yeah, what a huge loss for the Mustangs. With 35 seconds to go, they lose Ramsey. We got a tie game.
Our fourth lead change of the night. Can the Mustangs answer? 30 seconds left. Do they play for one? They're going to call timeout. Coach Hogger wants to talk it over with 27 seconds left. And LH down by a point. And now it's strategy time, Don Havens. Do you play for one? I say no. I say you run your offense and get the first good look. That way, if you miss, you still have time to foul.
Yeah, I agree. I think you do too, Chuck. Maybe you look for a guy like Isaiah Dawson now with Caleb on the bench. Dawson's had a huge game. He's put up 17 tonight. And that's the guy maybe you want to get the basketball in his hands. He can drive the baseline. He can kick it out. They need a bucket. You play your offense. Whatever you do, you got to get an open look.
You used to be able to do that, couldn't you?
I still can.
Move? Oh, you can?
Yeah.
All right.
I hold that in.
You show that during the post game, okay?
Right.
Annabelle Moscow there getting a little TV time with her face painted there. I always give props to the A.J. McMullen students, when I see them on camera.
Right.
As you take a look at the Uniontown mascot.
Well, you used to be able to do that flip, right? That was you.
Oh, no. No. The only flip I could do in my youth was watch Flip Wilson.
Oh, okay.
And you don't even know who he is.
So that flip you did in softball, you just fell down, basically.
That was just clumsy.
Oh,
exactly.
Okay. I got you. Boy, good action here tonight, Chuck, huh? Good basketball.
It does not get any better than this. This is perfect, guys. We're so glad that all of you are joining us here, and especially if you're watching us on Friday night. Many of you maybe were at this game, and you know how great it was. Anthony Sparks, by the way, another A.J. McMullen student. This is just fantastic. And if you couldn't be here tonight, We're glad you were able to share it with us here on HSTV, and who knows, we may have a long way to go. Fudala, 3-ball, corner pocket. Are you kidding me? LH by 2. And now Kesmarski needs to use a timeout, and that's his final one. 13 seconds left.
How about Ronnie Fudala from the corner, huh? Didn't need a 3, but what a huge shot. He was open, and he knocked it down. Nice play.
That was money. And I said, don't wait for one. And I say the same thing with Uniontown, although with 13 seconds left, you're almost waiting for one no matter what you do here, but don't rush it. Don't rush it. Get a good look, but don't take it down to the buzzer either. You want to shoot with no less than 6 seconds left so that you have, first of all, a chance at a rebound. And second of all, if you don't get the rebound, a quick foul.
And man, if you're Uniontown, I think you got to look inside, Chuck. The big man's not there. Caleb's on the bench. That's going to be open. We've seen that tonight. Castor and Hall have had some success when Caleb's been on the bench to either take a rest or when he was in foul trouble. Now he's not in there. You're going to have some room on the inside. I think you got to get in there and try to send us to overtime.
With Caleb Ramsey on the bench with 5 fouls and LH down by 1, Uniontown had to think that they were just 27 seconds away from a section championship, but Ronnie Fudala absolutely driving a stake into their heart with that 3 from the corner. Now can the Raiders answer? 13 seconds left. Who takes the shot if you're Uniontown? Chaconi's been the guy open all night, but he's had tough luck shooting. Pratt has made 3 3-pointers. Brady has hit a couple big ones. 7 seconds. Crenshaw, 3 seconds, got to shoot. Hall underneath. And the foul! And the foul! He has a chance to win it with a 3-point play. It's tied, and Hall will shoot 1. Dawson was called for his 4th foul. And we are tied at 63 with 1 second left. Coach Hogger is going to call a timeout to try to freeze Billy Hall. My goodness, everybody's up on their feet right now, Don Havens. There is nobody sitting down on this side of the court.
Well, there it was, Chuck. They found Billy Hall. That nice perimeter work. Pratt almost lost the ball, was able to get it back. They get it into Hall, and he's able to get the foul. And there it was. Without Caleb in there, there's some room underneath that glass, and they found a nice play by Uniontown. Billy got a chance to end it.
And what we say, all the bounces going Laurel Highlands' way in that first half. Uniontown getting a couple in the second half, and they got one there as that entire offensive set was out of kilter. Nothing was working the way they wanted it to. Crenshaw almost lost the ball. And then how about Pratt? With 4 seconds left, you think he's going to take the shot. Instead, he drops it off, and Billy Hall scores, and now it's real simple. If he makes this free throw, Uniontown's probably going to win. Now, LH can call a timeout. They still have 1 left. They'll try something crazy at the end, but probably if he makes this, Raiders win. If he misses this, we're going to overtime. The Mustang Maniacs making noise. Oh, he's bunny. 1 second for LH. They're not going to call the time to try to win it with a full court heave, and the Uniontown Red Raiders in dramatic fashion have won the section championship, and maybe more importantly have defeated their arch rivals, the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, in one of the great games that you will ever see in this series. And look at that. That's old school right there, as the players shake hands and congratulate each other, and everybody deserves congratulations on this one. Our player of the game, who else you gonna name? It's gotta be Billy Hall with the big 3-point play. And everybody's they're mugging him out there on the court right now. There he is. Billy Hall getting some well-deserved congratulations. He is our Davis & Davis player of the game. Congratulations to Billy Hall. He only had 9 points, but he had 3 major free throws down the stretch, including the last one, which was the end of a 3-point play. Herald Standard sports writer Dave Stopcheck just had a word with him too. 5 points down the stretch for Billy Hall. This was amazing. We will try to wrap it up for you when we return after this on Herald Standard Television Sports. And down on the court with a still elated Coach Kesmarski, and who can blame him? That was one of the greatest games of this series.
Yes, I'm so proud of our kids. They deserve all the credit in the world. When Doogie went out, it's a wonderful kid like Doogie. Our teammates were hurting, so some of our players had to have different roles, but I couldn't be prouder of our kids. And Billy Hall is the most wonderful kid in the world. His grandfather passed away, and I think what a tribute to his grandfather that he ended the game like that.
You know, they came out Laurel Highlands strong in that first half, almost a picture-perfect half, down by as much as 14 at one point, 8 at the half. What'd you say to your guys in the locker room?
I just told the kids we're lucky to be down 8 because that's not the best we played. And it's hard. These kids deserve so much credit. It's not easy. LH was playing for third place, but I'll give Laurel Highlands a lot of credit. Coach Hogger and his team, if you put us, Greensburg Stadium, and Laurel, there's not much difference besides the teams. So I look for us, and Laurel Highlands, we're rooting for us definitely in the playoffs to go up there and make some noise. But I'm just so happy for our kids to win a section title at home when your 6'4" center makes foul shots. Unbelievable, but all our kids deserve credit.
Walk us through that last segment now. You called the timeout with 13 seconds left, and what were you looking for?
Well, the one thing we wanted to do, we wanted to get our guards to cut through. We worked a little bit yesterday and talked about a triangle and 2. I thought that was a very good move on Coach Hogger's thing, on Coach Hogger's part. But our kids, we wanted to run our X and Sean come the ball. We didn't want to force everything, and our kids took their time. And it just see so many nice juniors on that floor, as well as our seniors. They deserve a section title.
And James Pratt, let's not forget him. Pretty cool there to get the ball where it needed to be and allow Hall to make that big game-winning play.
James Pratt is like a coach on the floor, and we're so proud to have him. He's only a junior. Wonderful kid, A student, and just a great kid. And we told him he has to be more aggressive now, especially when Doogie's out.
Now we have one more game, and we'll have that on Monday night at Albert Gallatin, and then you get ready for the playoffs.
Yes, we'll play Albert Gallatin, my good friend Ware, and we got a lot of work to do before the playoffs. We'd love to get Doogie Sander back, but right now we're going to enjoy this tonight.
Oh, you should enjoy. Congratulations. Good job.
Thank you a lot, Chuck. Thanks, HSTV.
Sure thing. He said thanks to HSTV as well, so we want to pass that along from Coach Kesmarski. And Don Havens will join me with the final word right after this. Don Havens rejoins me on the floor, and I've already said it a couple times, but I'll say it one more time. In the long, storied history of this rivalry between these two teams, this is one of the all-time great games.
Fantastic basketball game. What can you say? I'm out of breath. That was enjoyable, and had a great time tonight. Wonderful basketball game. Didn't mean a whole lot in the standings. Uniontown does win the section championship. Both teams are going to go into the playoffs. But you get that crosstown pride. These two schools so close to each other. A lot of the kids are friends with each other. It's very intense. Uniontown overcoming a 14-point deficit, and they're able to win it in the end.
And, of course, that final sequence was just unbelievable. You cannot say enough about both of these teams. Laurel Highlands down with less than 30 seconds to go, and Fudala hits the 3 to put them in the lead, and then Uniontown just answers with the big play by Hall.
Well, unfortunately, Caleb Ramsey fouls out with a minute to go, and that opened up that middle. That opened up that paint area. We thought they might try to get it inside the Hall. Fudala obviously doing a great job on the LH end, hitting the 3 to put them up by 2, but Hall being open down on that paint, they get him the basketball. An ugly last series, really, last offensive possession. Uniontown gets the bounce. Hall lays it in, gets the foul, and the free throw. Terrific finish, but Caleb Ramsey not being in there made the difference on that last offensive possession.
Certainly for Laurel Highlands, they know they can play with Uniontown, no doubt about that. They played with the section champs and had the best of the action for much of this game. So both of these teams have to feel confident going into the playoffs. We'll see what the seedings are like Tuesday. But Coach Kesmarski just told us that he thinks both teams will do damage in the postseason. I don't see why not.
Yeah, I agree with it. I agree with Coach K. I think they will. You know, Uniontown now 18-3. They got one non-section game against Albert Gallatin, the game they probably should win. But nevertheless, it gives these teams a lot of confidence. You play a tough game. You're going to play some tough games in the playoffs, too. There's going to be some bangers underneath, just like Caleb. So to get ready for that kind of thing, I think both Laurel Highlands and LH and Uniontown can definitely make a run in the playoffs. Two very good basketball teams, well coached, and we're looking forward to it to see how they do.
Should be a lot of fun, and we'll see how that goes. We still have one more game to take care of, though. Don Havens will be joining me for that one. That comes up Monday night at 11 o'clock. We hope you join us from York Run as the Uniontown Red Raiders take on the Albert Gallatin Colonials. We thank you for tuning in tonight. We hope you enjoyed it. How could you not? Whoa, what an exciting game this was, and we're glad that you were able to share it with us. For the entire HSTV production crew and for Don Havens, I'm Chuck Durso saying so long. We'll see you Monday night on Herald Standard Television Sports.